Hey guys, me and Spot are coming at you again. We're sitting here doing our 34 reset in Mississippi, and it is hot, as you can see. Spot's panting. It's about 70 degrees today, so I'm not complaining. I like it warm. But I thought since we're sitting here, I would talk to you guys. Wanted to give you some tips and talk about, is trucking really that hard? Is it hard work? And give you some tips to make it from my experience, to make it a little bit easier. So these videos might be more for the people just getting started in trucking, but if you've been in for a while, some of my tips might still help you. So first off, is trucking hard work? It's not hard physically. It's not hard to drive the truck down the road, sit in the driver's seat and drive. It's not really hard. I think the hardest part is mentally, because you're in this little box, this truck, all alone for weeks. And so what do you have to do while you're driving? You're just thinking, and you're stuck in here with your thoughts. So I think that's the hardest part for me, and that's why I try to reach out. Make sure you have a good network of people that you can call and talk to, family, friends. It's why you see truckers always have their headsets on. We're talking on the phone. It gives us something to do while we're driving. Talk on Facebook. I put posts on there where I'm at, what I'm doing, and so I can interact with people that way. Also, making these YouTube videos. I like seeing your guys' comments, talking to people on here in that way. When I'm not talking on the phone, I have satellite radio that I listen to. Also, I would rather listen to regular radio sometimes to hear them talking, hear the news, traffic. I go back and forth between different radio stations. I've listened to audiobooks. I went through a lot of books. You have plenty of time if you can find a good book that you can get into. I used to use the Overdrive app. Now I use Libby. So it goes with your library card. You put your library card in and then you can rent books. So it's all free. Another thing, people listen to podcasts. I haven't got into that too much, but you got, I have iMusic, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever it is that you like, you can listen to that and keep yourself entertained. So that's a little bit of how to help the time go by quicker, deal with mentally being alone. Some people just getting into trucking would think that the hardest part of it is the backing. And when you're first getting started, that can be a big challenge. And I'm going to tell you, don't give up. Stick with it, and as time goes by, the more you do it, it will get easier. You will learn tips and tricks and what works for you. And you will be able to get into spots. I mean, when I first started, it wasn't easy. I'm not going to say that. But don't let people rush you. I think that's a big thing. It was hard for me to learn, and I still do sometimes. If somebody's sitting there waiting, I feel pressured. Oh my gosh, I have to hurry, get in the spot, get out of their way. So I learn now, if I feel that way, if there's people waiting for me, a lot of times I'll just leave. I'll drive around the parking lot, let them go through, and then come back and start all over. Because if I feel pressured, I'm gonna mess up. So you gotta learn to deal with that. And I still look for the easy spots. Like rest areas have pull-through spots. If you get to a truck stop early enough or a big enough one, you can sometimes find a pull-through spot, or you can look for where you can circle around and put back straight in. So I try to, if there's spots that have multiple places open, not just one, I still look for the easy spots. And they told me that in my first company with Wilson Logistics, to prevent the accidents, you look for easy spots. If you can pull in, pull in. And as you have to back up. Sometimes you back up 3-4 times a day into parking spots, into docks. So you'll get the practice and it will get easier. So that's that. Trip planning can help. I always plan where I'm gonna stop. You know, I get nervous if I'm going down the road and I don't know, oh, I'm just gonna watch my clock and then find somewhere. What if I can't find somewhere? So I like to look at the Truck Stop app and find a spot and program it into my GPS so I know exactly where I'm gonna park for the night. And I usually find one that I make sure most likely it will have parking when I get there. So if it's gonna be later at night, I'll find a truck stop or a place that has parking later at night. I know that Love's Truck Stops and Pilots, they usually fill up by 5 o'clock. So you got to plan for that and give yourself enough time so that if you get to the place and you can't find parking, you still have enough time on your clock to go somewhere else. You're not stuck parked on the side of the road. So that's your trip planning. Another thing that can make it easier is knowing your directions, know where you're going. Make sure you get good directions from the shipper and receiver, from your company to where you're going. I think I've showed you in past videos, I run 3 GPSs. I have my phone, my Garmin, and my PeopleNet tablet, all running. So I make sure that I know where I'm going, and also not just rely on your GPS, but also it's very, very important to read your signs. If it says no trucks, or there's a height restriction, or weight restriction, that sort of thing. So don't make life harder than it has to be when it comes to that. What else did I have? Your patience can be tested sometimes. Shippers and receivers making you wait, people in traffic. Sometimes even dispatch will test your patience if they give you a load that you don't want or you can't make the appointment time. There's going to be situations your patience are going to be tested. So physically, trucking isn't hard. It's mostly hard mentally. It's hard physically for me to make time to exercise. When I was home every night, I would go for a run or a bike ride when I'd get out of work or go to the gym. Now I don't really exercise that much. It's hard for me to make time because by the time I'm done driving, I'm too tired. I just want to eat and go to bed. I get up and I'm not a morning person. So when I get up in the morning, I'm already kind of running late. I feel like I need to get going. So I don't make the time to exercise. So that isn't good. You should try to make time to do that. I do exercise on my time off. We will today and when I'm at home. And it's very important to take time to take care of yourself. You know, make sure that you do find a place to shower once in a while. Even if it's you have to stop on your 30-minute break. You know, showers at Loves and Pilots are usually free. Usually you get enough fuel to get showers. We have enough terminals, different places. There's plenty of places to stop to shower. Don't be that person. And just taking care of yourself, whatever you might need, your hygiene, finding something to entertain yourself when you're sitting. Like I make the YouTube videos, I sing on Star Maker, I have a jewelry kit. I make bracelets. I've brought my sewing machine. I spend time with Spot. I do geocaching when I stop, if there's a geocache in the area. So just finding stuff that you can do on the truck to keep yourself entertained too, so you can have a little bit of enjoyment out here. I think that's about all I had. Oh, another thing, not being home can be hard to try to deal with things like making appointments. I have a lot of appointments that I haven't made because I don't know when to schedule them, because I can't tell you exactly what day I'm gonna make it home because you don't know when the loads are gonna be. So like, I need to go to the dentist, I need to get new glasses, I need to take Spot to the vet, different things that I need to schedule that I've put off because it's hard to make appointments because you can't tell exactly what day. So I know I'm gonna have to just break down and do it. So that can be hard. I don't get my mail every day. You know, you only get your mail when you go home. So if you have something important coming in the mail or paperwork that you have to take care of, you know, I have to get something mailed out, make sure the post office is open when you're going home. I have to make copies or do paperwork stuff. You're not home all the time to do that. I try to do most of my billing and my paperwork all online. When I first got into trucking, I had to switch everything over to paperless. All my bills, I had to go paperless. I was a person that got, you know, the papers in the mail. I wrote checks out and sent them out. I had to change how I did things when I started trucking so that I can pay my bill. I get them online, email, and I pay them online. So that's been a change that I had to do because of trucking. If you don't do that, that can be hard to deal with. And just, I have a file here that I keep all my papers in to keep myself organized. So that's some things to think about that do make trucking hard. And just kind of my thoughts for the day. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, you know, like and subscribe. We'll try to keep making videos. You guys inspire me to want to keep doing this. The more people I see out there that are actually watching, and you comment and I try to get back to you. You know, give me your opinions and your thoughts, and I like seeing that. So until next time, have a good one.